Okay, I'm coming on here. The first part of this is going to be reading end time scriptures. And there's what, three or four different passages that I'm going to read. And then I'm going to reference my dreams that I've had a lot because I believe things are about to pop off in a big way. And I'll try to reference these scriptures. And so this is First Thessalonians. Brothers, we do not want you to be ignorant about those who fall asleep or grieve like the rest of the men who have hope. We believe that Jesus died and rose again. We believe have fallen asleep in him. According to the Lord's own word, we tell you that we who are still alive, who are left till the coming of the Lord, will certainly not precede those who have fallen asleep. In other words, those that are in the ground. For the Lord himself will come from heaven with a loud command, with the voice of an archangel, with a trumpet call of God. The dead will rise first. This alludes to seal number 5, where it says that the graves will open. After that, we who are still alive are left will be caught up together on the clouds and to meet the Lord in the air. Sorry, I'm having to hold my book together that's falling apart. Now, brothers, about times and dates, we do not need to write to you, for you know very well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. While people are saying peace and safety, destruction will come on them suddenly. There's a peace and safety board right now. Yeah. Um, and so it could be alluding till now, or it could be alluding to something in the future. And maybe there's a great time of war and then it happens again. So yeah, so we do know that that happens. But you brothers are not in darkness, so that this day, because a lot of people push that we don't know the day or the hour, but you forget to see this. But you brothers are not in darkness, so this day should not surprise you like a thief. You are all sons of the light and the sons of the day, and we do not belong to the night or to the darkness. So then let us not be like others who are asleep, but let us be alert and self-controlled. For those who sleep, sleep at night, and those who are drunk, get drunk at night. But since we belong to the day, let us be self-controlled, putting on faith and love as a breastplate, and the hope of salvation as a helmet. For God did not appoint us to suffer wrath, but to receive salvation through our Lord Jesus Christ. He died for us to, whether we're awake or asleep. And this is also where it says we're not appointed to wrath. Wrath, yes. Potential tribulation, no. And the reason why I say that is because of these next verses. Signs of the end of the age. This is Luke 21. Some of the disciples were marking how blah, 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 blah. When will these things happen, and what will be the sign of about to happen? Watch out that you are not deceived, for many will come in my name, claiming I am he. And I think there was someone in a red country that claimed to be, you know who. Yeah. So I said, do not follow them. When you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be frightened. Well, that's happened big time. These things must happen first, but the end will not come right away. Then he said to them, nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. What's happening right now? There will be great earthquakes. We've had earthquakes, but not great earthquakes, famines and pestilences. We've had one pestilence, but these and famines, when this summer hits, we have very little water. Right now, Florida is under a drought, and they're being told to withhold water. Colorado is at the lowest snowpack they've ever seen, and all that water feeds Utah, Arizona, Colorado, obviously, parts of California, and Mexico. And when summer hits, and yeah, we're going to be on a major limit of water. And so, yeah, that may be the famine. And also, there's a number of farmers that are being displaced and pushed out by fire and by everything else. And a number of farms just can't sustain anymore because of the outrageous prices. And they're trying to shut things down. They do not want us alive. So this will be fulfilled. Because if you notice, all of our prices have gone up, and a lot of the produce is going to evaporate very quickly. But before all this, they will lay hands on you and persecute you. I got a dream last night where it is in Revelation to this Um, and it was the term crystal knot. It's a night of broken glass where the Nazis took out the Jews. In the same way, they're going to take the Christians out. They're going to remove all of us and put them in. I got a revelation that these so-called big warehouses that they have bought. They're going to be containment and concentration camps, kind of like Auschwitz and all the others. I think there were hundreds of these concentration camps all over Germany and all over that area. And so, in this same way, Christians are going to be taken out. These Jews are trying to get us to, they want the other religions to take each other out. So the other two religions besides Jew, which you, I don't know, it doesn't include the H one or the B one, Hin, and Bood. You know where I'm going with it, hopefully. But yeah, they want us to take each other out, and yeah. So we're called the infidel. The so-called Christians are called infidel, and you must go. Sorry. But they will deliver you to synagogues and persecute you, and will be brought before kings and governors and all on account of my name. If you've looked at what's happening or what happened in Nigeria, it's an all-out bloodbath. They're going after people in most of the Asian countries now. So we're seeing persecution accelerating. We're also seeing pastors being handcuffed in Canada, and this will result in them being witnesses to them. But make up your mind not to worry beforehand how you will defend yourselves, for I will give words and wisdom that none of your adversaries will be able to resist or contradict. You will be betrayed even by parents, brothers, and relatives. I had a dream about this one too, where my sibling came against me. And this is not the first time. This is the third or fourth one that I've had where things didn't go over well. And he tried to take me out. All men will have you because of me, or hate you because of me, but not one hair of your will perish. By standing firm, you will gain life. When you see Jerusalem being surrounded by armies, which is right now, you will know that its desolation is near. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. I've had a couple of dreams involving Judea flee the mountains. I've had one with a trailer. I've had one with a semi-truck and another trailer, and we were fleeing with all my stuff. And so, yeah. So this is, I believe, God warning me, let those in the city get out and let those in the country not enter the city. And I find this very interesting because I've been watching like Vanished and a lot of these so-called tribulation dreams. What they do, they did the opposite of it. They were in the country and like, hey, let's go to the city. That seems like a great idea. Sorry. But yeah, when all hell breaks loose, you keep out of the cities because there are technologies and stuff that can watch you. If you're in the country, they can't control you. You have many exits. You can live off the land if you know how. So yeah. And so, how dreadful it would be in those days for pregnant women. I had a dream last night about pregnant women, and there was a group of us waiting for all of our women to give birth, and this was alluding to this. And it says how dreadful it will be to be a pregnant woman nursing mothers. There will be great distress in the land and wrath against its people. They will fall by the sword. Sword is WAR, and will be taken as prisoners to all nations. Jerusalem will be trampled by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. I've also had a dream where my niece and nephews, or nephew and nieces, sorry, were taken to the sea, the Red Sea. You know where I'm talking about. The red with the sea in their name. Yeah. There will be signs on the sun, moon, and the stars. This is happening now. There was a solar eclipse on February 17th. There is a blood moon, which kind of alludes to Joel in Acts, where it talks of a blood moon before day of the Lord, and also it says a day of darkness. And there is a blood moon happening March 3rd. There's also a planetary alignment happening February 28th. And it's where well, a lot of the planets, like 5 or 6 of the planets, will be in line. And then you'll have the new Hebrew year starts March 18th, and then Passover is happening at that point too. On the earth will be in anguish and perplexity, the roaring and tossing of the sea. So the roaring and tossing of the sea, I've seen many dreams with alluding to the tsunamis. And this is the tossing of the sea. There'll be great tsunamis. I saw one where a little boat was there's a huge wave behind the boat. Men will faint from terror, apprehensive of what is coming on the world, for the heavenly bodies will be shaken. This means the sun, moon, and the stars. At that time, there will be the Son of Man coming in a cloud. So notice where this is. So this is potentially the rapture or harpazo, because it says at that time they will see the Son of Man. Look at how far it goes down. So Judea flee into the mountains. You have the tribulation. You have the earthquakes. You have the women. So because of Scripture, I do not believe that the harpazo. I believe that what people may be seeing is people being taken out of the way of what's happening. And I believe that is the case. So, yeah. Yeah. And so I'm also going to go to Luke 17. So the coming of the kingdom of God. Then he said, the time is coming when you will long to see one of the days of the Son of Man. That's happening now. So people are longing to see him, but you will not see it. Men will tell you, there he is, or here he is. Do not go running after them. For the Son of Man in his day will be like the lightning which flashes and lights up the sky from one end to the other. But first he must suffer many things. So does that allude to Jesus? Yes. Does that allude to us suffering many things? Yes. And rejected by this generation, just as it was in the days of Noah, which is happening now. Their thoughts of wickedness all the time. You have the Nephilim and demons walking amongst us in earth suits. So also will it be in the days of the Son of Man. People were eating and drinking, marrying and being given in marriage up to the day Noah entered the ark. Noah entered the ark, and 7 days later, everything broke loose. But when he entered the ark, the floods, the great deep have already opened up. I saw a dream where I saw all these cracks, and I saw like gas and whatever coming forth from the cracks. Then the flood came and destroyed them all. It was the same in the days of Lot. People were eating and drinking, buying and selling, planting and building. But the day of Lot left Sodom. Fire and sulfur rained down from heaven and destroyed them all. Fire and sulfur are going to rain down yet again. Well, maybe not sulfur, but fire. It says that in Joel and in Acts 2 that fire is going to rain down I've seen dreams and things in my conscience where giant asteroids and other things are going to hit the earth and cause great destruction. It will be just like this on the day of the Son of the Man is revealed. On that day, no one who was on the roof of his house with goods inside should go down to get them. This also alludes to Judea fleeing into the mountains. Likewise, no one in the field should go back for anything. That's, yeah. So, in the last one, that I want to show you a comparison of this last one. And it's goes along with the other one that I just read. So it's like, watch out that no one deceives you. And this is word for word. For many will come in my name, claiming I am he. And so we saw this with the other passage in Luke 21. But the end is still not come. Such will happen, and the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and earthquakes. Luke 21 says the same thing. These are the beginning of birth pains. What I saw last night was not beginnings of birth pains. They were, as you well know, if you're a woman, when when you're giving birth, it hurts like crazy and like you're screaming and whatever. That's going to be the earth. We're there at that point, and handed over and persecuted unto death. Many false prophets will appear in my name. Love of most will grow cold. And notice how it doesn't say revival; it says love of most will grow cold. So you'll when this hits, you'll see the true believers because we'll be the ones that are going to lead others. And yeah, there are a lot fewer of us than yes, there is a great revival, and I really hope that these people stay true. Um, but yeah, you need to have a strong foundation and be told the truth and in the word constantly. But he that stands firm till the end will be saved. The gospel of the kingdom of God will be preached. So when you see this, see standing in the holy place, the abomination that causes desolation. This was in Maccabees. This was a pig on the altar, and it was abominations and other things. Um, I don't know. There was a revelation given to me when the so-called pokey pokey was that it altered the body of God, which is the temple of God that is said in the New Testament. And yeah, so could this be the abomination that causes desolation? And I think that they did use like cells of you know what and other things. So could this be that? And so yes, it could. And then Judea, flee the mountains, and let no one on the roof of the house. Um, but yeah, so it has the same wording as Luke 21. So just wanted to show you, and now what I'm going to do is go over a few of my dreams if I can, without without giving away too much. So I've had dreams where I'm going to be basically tested and taken to a certain place where I'm going to have like a master's degree type thing going on, and taken to somewhere. Um, so, and I don't know if I've told of this one. Um, Cars are going to be potentially. We already know that they're trying to put a kill switch in cars. I had a dream where I was in a car trying to drive this way, and the car was steering into the other lane, and it hit a enforcement person. And I was going to check on him, and he pulled his guns and trying to come after me. So yeah. So just be aware your car is not safe. That's why there's so much technology in them. They're made for a certain purpose. And if you've seen there's a couple of movies that have come out, and basically there was one scene where all the Teslas died. Um, and so yeah, that has can happen. Um, Sorry. But yeah, so I've had a lot of dreams. Trying to get ready and trying to get people ready. um, so yeah, this one, because I'm going to be living a very more primitive life. I've been shown dreams where I'm entering a scout area and something erupts from the ground, and tries to take out the hood and everything else. And I saw cardboard cutouts of buildings, and they were on fire. And it was God was showing that you know what was going to be taking out cities and other things. Uh, and so and I've also had dreams where I was at the coast, and we were trying to pick up Wi-Fi, and we got out of the car and went to the buildings, and all of a sudden I saw water coming through the buildings, and knew that it's like the tsunami was coming and taking us out. And I also got the knowledge that Alligator Point, where we used to have a cottage near there, and it was gone. Like a minor storm can go all the way over Alligator Point. It's barely above sea level. It's like 5 feet, and so I mean, it does not take much for that thing to go underwater. Um, um, and I've seen this on 125. I saw the sun setting. I saw this one image, and it keeps coming to my mind, where I saw this kind of. It wasn't light, but it wasn't completely dark. But I saw these little, very bright little lights going up into the sky, alluding to the rapture. So that happened. And basically, I was told to um, revert back to my original self and eat more veggies. Um, sorry. Um, so this dream on 131, there was not enough money to pay someone, hinting at a collapse in a fancy gated community, and leaving with another guy. And I thought a certain someone was with us in another car, and we saw that he wasn't with us, and we turned back and tried to get back to him, and then the earth started shaking. So that alludes to, and what this is telling me is there's going to be a collapse, and then there's going to be a great earthquake, which is going to rock the entire country and possibly the world, which is alluding to Luke 21 and Matthew 24, which I just spoke about. And also, I had a dream in my past where I was in like a um, food court kind of situation in the mall, and I was pulling out my wallet, and all the dollar bills, all the ink was gone, hinting at a collapse. And then the next thing, my dad was picking me up in a Jeep, which I have a Jeep now. Um, and we were trying to escape, and then all of a sudden the wall of water came up and over the trees. So these both things are going to happen. I'm out west right now, but a lot of my dreams have happened because I've been on the East Coast. So yeah, that's gonna happen again. So yeah. And I've also had dreams where dogs turn on their owners. Like I'm one house that I saw was, it was a familiar house, and the dogs kept trying to go to the road and not really just obeying us, and so basically not really caring what we said. I've had another dream where my own dog was at a neighbor's, or he went to another neighbor's house and was chit chatting with him, and I was calling him and screaming at him, and then he went over to the edge of the woods to go pee instead of listening to me. So yeah, and then I had another dog dream where I was going along, and I had two dogs. One was like a black and brown shepherd mix, more black than anything, and he started growling at me. So animals will turn on their owners. So just that may be a thing. So, and I also had an image of time going faster. So I was like in a tunnel, and I could see things flying past faster. And we do know in scripture, when alluding to the end times, that if things were not sped up, that none of us would make it, because they're going to be extremely hard. Many people are going to face starvation, and they're going to face a lot of heat and a lot of cold. I've seen prophetic warnings where the sun is turned up, and many people are going to have major blisters and major sunburn because of it, and potentially die from it. And I've also seen a flip where, there was a dream recently where I was in a dream, and I heard F3, and it's the scale for tornadoes, and and also um, hurricanes. And on the East Coast, hurricanes and tornadoes are very well. And if you've ever seen The Day After Tomorrow, where things go crazy and there's hurricanes and tornadoes everywhere, and they go off, and then things clear and it gets really cold. Well, that happened in my dream. So things were chaotic and tornadoes and everything, and then all of a sudden I see like football players on a field, and it opened up and they just drop, and I knew that it was cold that they dropped from. So yeah, that will happen. as far as I can tell. So and then so yeah, this is where I had a disagreement with a so-called relative, and he was moving a piece of furniture at me. Um, yeah, and so and I've also had dreams where Lilith was mentioned in one of them, and supposedly, according to some theories, Lilith was not Abraham, Adam's, yeah, um, Adam's first wife, but they can't prove it anywhere. And it's completely bullcrap. I think that the demons are trying to put themselves into situations. I think she's mentioned in Jeremiah or Isaiah where it mentions Lilith. 2:7, I had a dream where I was leaving and someone tried to steal. Well, actually, they did steal the semi that I had going with me, but I saw a Jeep with a trailer fully packed. Um, and yeah, they took the trailer. I had another dream where I was in a swim competition with all abilities, and this was alluding to the tsunami, and I know it doesn't sound like that. And then I went to a campus, and this is because I'm still going to be around, and I'm going to be basically tested and doing a lot of other things. But yeah. Um, uh, and I've seen dreams where the scenes changed. Like I was at the coast and it changed every other time. Like one time the coast was way far out there, and then it changed and we saw the coast, and then we saw the coast again with mountains. And so I'm not sure what that was about. And it may be that we're looking at the images and the scene changes, but I was with a group of teenagers, and it could be that multiple timelines are converging, and I know that's out there. I've seen dreams where I'm in education facility and the full moon happens. And I've also seen helicopter blades that alludes to one of my other dreams where I'm put on an island. In other words, in safety, with a group of people. Um, I had another dream where I'm on a speeding thing through the water, and it hit something. You know what I'm talking about? Comes from subs. Um, so yeah. And I've seen fountains of the deep opening up. This is was the huge tsunami that I hinted about earlier. With a boat, I've seen a ring of fire setting. Um, Possible darkness. There are packages that detonate, that I've seen in dreams where people were testing them. Um, and then last night I had that the pregnant dream. So yeah. And I've had aliens in my dream. On 222, I had a dream where I saw basically it looked like they had a lot of pebbles on their face and they were purple. But yeah, it was aliens pretending to be people. And we do know that they are trying to release documents. A certain someone has said, "Hey, I'm going to release these now." So that could be coming out. He's also threatened to do something to a certain country very soon. So yeah, so that is my end time stuff and dreams. Hopefully you got a lot out of it. I'm going to have to end it there because my time is running out. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully I've explained what could happen. But yes, there are things happening next week with the blood moon that could potentially set things off, because there won't be any warnings. It'll be from one moment it'll be nice, and then the next moment it'll be all heck breaking loose. I've been told it starts over in the mid east, and it happens there first, and then it spreads all over. And I've seen dreams in the past where two dreams where the bear from the north attacks. So that's it. Have a good day. Bye.